Oh, what's going on, everybody? It's a feel good Friday, the 4th of April, 2025. And we got an incredible productive conversation for you. We got a brand new tweet cap. Ryan and Jose are in the building.
How's it going? How's it going?
What's up, fellas?
Riddle me this, Jose.
Yes, riddle me this.
So you can see those watching on YouTube. We got a little tribute going on for the great Val Kilmer, which we'll talk about for a second. And we have other things that took place during the first full week of April. Excuse me. It's not the first full week of April, but the first week of April 2025. Let's talk about what was trending. And before we do all those great things, I just want to remind you to like and subscribe to the Productive Conversations podcast on all podcasting platforms and YouTube. And don't forget to one second. And before we get into all the fun, I just want to remind you to like and subscribe to the Productive Conversations podcast on all podcast platforms and YouTube. And don't forget to check out exclusive content regarding the show across all social media platforms. We're on Instagram at Productive Conversations Podcast, X and Twitter at ProdCopplePod, we're on TikTok at Productive Conversations, and Facebook at Productive Conversations. And as always, we'd like to thank our presenting sponsor, Magic Mind. Magic Mind is your ultimate elixir to enhance your life. Whether you get your sleep aid Magic Mind, whether you get your mind focus for the day Magic Mind, whether through gummies or the green tea shots, we highly recommend to get Magic Mind to improve your life one way or another. And to get an exclusive deal for Magic Mind that they set up for the Productive Nation, don't forget to go to magicmind.com/PCP. Sorry, magicmind.com/PCLT20. That is magicmind.com/PCLT20 and get 20% off a one-time purchase or 48% off your subscription. Magic Mind, reclaim
That's a
your
big one.
brain.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. So there's definitely people who could use it, and I promise you won't be let down from it. So I do have to go on a somber note to start this show, but it's also a celebration of life. Unfortunately, late Wednesday evening, Val Kilmer passed away. The former box office star, the Juilliard trained actor who was in big blockbuster hits such as Tombstone, Top Gun, Top Gun Maverick, to name a few. Of course, he's known as one of the Batmans and Bruce Wayne's, and I do think an underrated Batman. And he was a great stage actor as well and had a great career. I mean, he owned the 90s, and I mean, Heat, another one of his
He's a
amazing
good
roles.
one. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I was genuinely bummed to see that. And may he rest in peace and condolences to his friends and family. But yeah, I was genuinely bummed to see that. Val Kilmer, I always thought was a great actor, and he had a lot of range. A lot of range. I've seen him be hilarious. Obviously seen him play dark. I've seen him play Batman. And I think a very good Batman and Bruce Wayne, honestly. Maybe the movie itself didn't hold up, but he definitely embodied Bruce Wayne and Batman, in my opinion. But overall, a great career and definitely gone too soon.
Yeah, no, I mean, I actually know him best from the Doors movie,
Oh yeah, how could I forget
uh,
that? Obviously, he played Jim Morrison
which
as the
is not
Doors.
which is not necessarily an easy role, but he did very well with that, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I've never seen Tombstone, so I probably should.
really good.
Because I
Awesome Western.
mean, yeah, when he passed, I was surprised at how many people were talking about Tombstone and not
Yeah,
obviously Top Gun or The Doors or Heat. Like Tombstone was like seemed to be like everyone's favorite Val Kilmer movie almost. And I was like, I
I'm your
should probably see that
Huckleberry.
one. Yeah, I should see that one. He
It's
played
a
Doc
great
Holliday,
movie.
right? Like the
Yes, he
old West
did.
hero or whatever. So,
Right.
true story. I've been to Doc Holliday's. This is true. Well, they say it's his bar. I don't know if he actually owned a bar or not, but he did die there. It was a bar that he died in. It's in Colorado.
Were you there?
Yeah.
Was there like a X marks the spot? Here's where he
Yeah, it
died.
was that's
Yeah,
marks.
mostly were just like this in here.
Oh,
They didn't
jeez.
say, and
In
on this
here.
floorboard he died. Because in fairness, he didn't die there. He got shot and he was taken to a doctor and then he died. But he was killed there because,
Shootout.
yeah,
Oh,
he died. He died because he got shot. He didn't die instantly, but
right,
but
right.
yeah. So that's in Colorado. So there you go. Doc Holliday connected to Colorado. Hmm.
Jose, you want to share your Val Kilmer
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna
story?
be real honest.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
I thought
Hot
that guy
take.
died a couple of years ago, to be honest with you.
Jose, this is a true story. You just assume if it's like you have no object permanence. If they go away from TV, they've passed on. Because
Pretty
every time we talk
much.
about something, you're like, "Oh, I thought they already died."
Eh, I thought
That's your number one comment when someone dies is, "Oh, they're not already dead."
that I was more shocked that he died today. I mean, yesterday or whenever it was.
Right, because you
Thought it
thought
was
he
an
had
April. I
previously
thought it was an
died.
April. Yeah, I thought it was an April Fool's joke. I was like, this guy died like years ago. I
I
thought this
did
was.
Well,
hear
he
a
was
couple people
sick
thought that.
though, I will
Yeah,
say. So like I can unlike some of the other ones where the person was clearly happy and healthy and not even that old. Val Kilmer has been sick for a long time. So but he was in Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, but that's what I
So
thought. I was like, oh, he's making an appearance, Top Gun Maverick. Oh, like this is at the end for
seen
him.
hold
Blah
some
blah
weight
blah.
now.
I mean it was the end for him. I don't think he did anything else after that. That was his last role
I
for
liked
sure.
his speaking role in it was his real voice.
Yeah.
They didn't CGI that. You want to know something a little somber that I
Mhm.
saw? So in the Top Gun Maverick, we have the funeral for Iceman, and his
Mhm.
real kids were at that funeral.
Mhm.
Only, you know. But regardless, though, he was a true leading man. I mean, he was a huge deal in the '90s. Like I say, he's been in comedies, dramas, action adventures, westerns,
Yeah, but he
historical
didn't. He
films.
fell off. He fell off hard body in the 2000s.
I mean, in a
Yeah,
way, but
he didn't
He
get
wasn't.
roles
He
like he
wasn't.
did.
Yeah, he was. He wasn't sick until what 2015 around there.
Yeah,
And but like in
2015 is when he got
yeah,
sick.
in the 90s, he was in everything. And then it just seems like the 2000 hits, like he didn't get nothing but Entourage, and that was it.
Well,
yeah, they
I mean,
say
nothing but
he was
Entourage
not
is.
to talk down him. They said he was difficult to work with, but he said that's only for stupid people. So I don't know. That could have been a thing. That's a real
I
quote.
love that. I'm only difficult if you're stupid.
But I don't know. Regardless, though, he still did have a
I
great
say
career.
it
Hear
though.
this: he grossed $3.8 billion worldwide. His films,
Ooh.
and I love this quote from Roger Ebert back in 1992. He said, "Quote: If there is an award for the most unsung leading man of his generation, Kilmer should get it." And you could argue that like the '90s had like Tom Hanks owned the
Hmm.
'90s. Um, Tom Cruise. And honestly, you could put like Val Kilmer right after those two if you really think about it.
I mean, in the
And
90s for
Denzel
Really?
sure.
Washington.
Yeah,
Denzel
you
Washington too.
you keep going with that.
Who else?
Robert De Niro.
He
You can
was
go Al
before that,
Pacino.
right?
Yeah,
Would
but
you
he was
consider
still in
him
the
their I
90s.
don't think he's their contemporary though. They were already stars throughout the 80s. Like I mean, that's how old they are.
Yeah,
Uh
'70s too, and they have kids,
yeah, that's what I mean
babies, they have
like
infants.
yeah, exactly. Well, that's a separate
Yeah, I just
uh,
wanted to throw that in
but
there.
also I was
Problem.
just looking at this real quick just to see, but he was in Wonderland, which is a movie that got a bit of a cult following. If I'm not
Wonderland.
mistaken. That was a 2003 action movie. I saw the Alexander the Great movie. I didn't
Prince
love
of
it.
Egypt too.
Yep, Prince of Egypt was, in fairness, the 90s still, but he was in
Oh,
that.
sorry, you're
Uh,
talking about recent films.
well, I'm talking about after 2000, after the year
Mhm.
2000. But I mean, yeah,
It's also an
planes.
established a stage actor as well, so
Yes, that's what I
um
mean. I'm only looking at movies here, but yeah, it's definitely a little bit more of a little bit more of a kind of break. I would say certainly by 2010 he wasn't really doing more than a couple of movies a year. But I don't know. I think it's fine. Not I think it's fine. I think that obviously the career he had in the 90s was worth the price of admission anyway. But I think he kept himself paid.
indeed,
He
indeed.
was
And
in
I think
planes.
I think he'll be known as a legendary actor. And
I
again,
will
Auntie
say, I
song.
mean, I mean, not for nothing. I do, and maybe it's because of the movie he was in. He is my least favorite Batman ever.
Are you
What?
serious?
I do not like those Batman movies.
You took George Clooney over.
All right,
Oh
fine.
my.
No. That's a very fair point. George Clooney is very bad at in as well. So I'd be willing to put him above Clooney, but it's really like those two are over in like the corner, and then everybody else is above them by a fairly considerable. I just did not like those movies. He was fine. I didn't like the movies. I just didn't.
All right. Well, he only did it once, but yeah.
No, I know that. I'm saying
Yeah.
I didn't like that. I didn't like the Clooney movies either. I did
So
like
you
Michael
didn't like
Keaton.
the Joel Schumacher Batmans?
Correct. Yes.
Yes. Tim
Um.
Burton's good. Nolan's good. Pattinson's good.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Michael Keaton's my favorite Batman. He's the best, and I won't. I won't
Yes,
hear
I
any. I
agree.
won't hear anything besides that.
Well, we had this debate already.
We
I'm
did.
I'm
We
Team
have.
Christian Bale, but regardless, it's about Val Kilmer again.
Yes. Sorry, Val
Gone too
Kilmer.
soon, and
Yes.
we won't forget you. We really won't. So let us move on from there. Rest in peace. So let me start off with with a plastic surgery story. I'm very interested what you two think about this situation. So I reckon there was this woman who claimed to have spent $11,000 on a no job blah, 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 excuse me. A woman claims she spent $11,000 on a nose job and it gave her clarity to get a divorce. So why don't we see the before and afters? Ba, ba, ba,
Clarity?
ba. Yeah, that's literally what she said in her post, which I can't find, by the way, but we'll show the retweeted ones. All right, ready? Here we go. Here's the Daily Mail.
So this is before.
Yeah, this is before.
Okay, big
God
nose.
damn.
Wow, that is a big nose. And now it's much more normal. I mean, it's a very big difference.
It really is. So riddle
Yeah.
me this, though, guys. Riddle me this. So you're telling me there was a man in her life who genuinely loved her for who she is, and
Mhm.
loved her with that nose. And after she gets the surgery, she dumps him and goes find someone else. So is she really trying to spin it that she's the hero in this?
I mean, she's definitely trying to spin it that way,
Like,
surely,
come
right?
on.
I
Oh
mean,
my
she said
God.
that, but I don't know. Like, so I don't fully get it because at one post I saw made it sound like she wanted to leave her relationship before the nose thing, but somehow the nose was holding her back. Like
What?
one person tried to make it like, oh, she felt she couldn't do any better because of her nose, but she was
This,
unhappy in her marriage,
this was an
and so
apologist for her.
right, that was the yes, this was clearly a nose lady apologist, and then obviously the I've other reading would be she got a nose job, it looks better, and now she wants to see if she can do better than her current husband.
Oh,
And I'll be
Jesus.
honest with you, you know me, I try to be supportive of people and all that stuff. Occam's razor is a very important tool. Sometimes, the simplest thing is the thing. Come on. She wasn't being held out. She wasn't being stuck in a bad marriage because of her nose. That's just not what happened. She got a nose job. She likes the way she looks. Good for her. She's leaving her husband. She wants to play the field now that she's got a
Mm-hmm.
nose that she's not upset with. And I'll be, again, if you're a longtime listener, we've done 500 episodes of this show, more than 500 episodes of this show. You know that I'm not the person to take that tact with, especially women who are leaving relationships. A lot of times I say we don't know, like things could be different, and
Yeah.
sure, technically that could still be true, but the simplest explanation is usually the right one, and the simplest explanation is she looks better now than she did before, and she would like to play the field now that she's got a nose that isn't making her self-conscious. She feels she settled for someone else, and now she doesn't have to settle because she's got a normal sized nose. She's absolutely leaving her husband because she got a nose job. That is
That
a
is
hundred
so
percent what happened.
wild. I feel like, if you're trying to go to court, like, good luck for her, for unless she doesn't take a dime or anything. You openly admit that you are doing this for pretty
Well,
malicious
she's again.
reasons.
They're apparently trying to be like she wanted to leave, but felt she couldn't
Oh my
because of her
God. And
nose.
this is when
I don't
some
know
people
how
don't
you
deserve.
prove that. I
Yeah.
don't know how you. My nose made me stay. I don't know how you make that case effectively, but they're gonna try. I don't know. I doubt she's gonna ask for that much though, because
She
honestly,
better
this
not.
alone, like
Imagine
this.
if he actually, imagine if he paid for it too.
Oh, he definitely
Oof.
probably. They're married, right?
Yeah.
What's mine is yours.
Shit.
100%. I mean, I'm
Tell me
not saying
about,
he
how
paid for
about
it. He
this
paid
one,
for it, but
Jose?
like, definitely,
However,
like me. All right. So as I said, but
No,
like
I'll
me
say,
and
how
my
about that
wife,
one?
we have a joint account. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like most married couples do, because you got to buy something for your place or whatever. It's easier to just put all the money in one spot
Yeah.
instead of try and count everybody's individual money and put it together when you need it, right? So, no, I'm sure he definitely did at least partially contribute to the nose job that ended his marriage.
I'm finally happy that Ryan saw the light and starts seeing what bitches really be like.
Well, I did not see. I didn't say it was all of them. I said this one person with the giant schnoz
Of course, this
absolutely
bitch
did.
got a. She probably went to the gym with her new nose, got a bunch of dick pics coming out of there, and she's like,
Well,
you
so
know
I thought
what?
about that too.
Yeah.
She's like this newfound confidence, aka her dormant her dormant Tinder account started lighting up when she changed the pictures. This is probably what
Yeah,
happened. But
it's exactly what happened. She was only fun to be around during Halloween when she looks like a witch. Other than that, it's like, why would you fuck with her?
but what I would say is to the guy in this particular story. Well, there's multiple guys probably in the story at this point. To the first guy, the husband, ex-husband, whatever. I wouldn't spend too much time crying over this. I mean, obviously, if she takes all your money, then should be a little mad about that, probably. But if this ends pretty amicably without you losing the shirt off your back because of this, I think you take that as a, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to say it's not like a dodged a bullet because obviously you married her, but it's like a, I don't know. It'll come to me at some point. And to the
I,
other guys. Well, I mean, I guess if you're looking for some fun from the girl at the gym, then fine. Couple dates and whatnot. It's probably not gonna hurt anybody.
And he
But
could
I
also
wouldn't
say on his
trust her.
Tinder, the girl with the nose job girl who left me.
no, I'm
Well,
not.
yeah, but that I don't know that that's
So
a.
maybe
I
they
don't know
could
that
be
people
more
are gonna love
sympathetic.
that. I don't think people are gonna be like, "Oh, I want to date the guy who got left by the nose job girl." Uh,
You guys, I'm not. I wouldn't even worry about him because there's plenty of ugly women you can go
Oh,
after.
sorry. Chalk it up to
Yeah.
better luck. That's what I was trying to say. The guy, the ex-husband, should chalk it up to better luck. That he got married to her. Yeah, it didn't work out because as soon as she fixed her nose, she left him. But if she was gonna leave that quickly, then she wasn't gonna be forever anyway. You got lucky that it happened while you're young and have a chance to rebuild your life with somebody else. I would rather have that happen. If it was gonna happen to me, I'd rather have that happen young, than older. You know what I mean? If I'm like 25 years in and then it happens, at that point you've wasted so much time on somebody who didn't even really like you. So I would take the win.
Mhm.
What a silly story. Okay, let's continue on, guys. So I've been very critical of MTA in New York, the subway system, right?
Mhm.
However, there are gems in the subway, and I think this TikTok show has become quite the gem and very popular. Comedian Kareem Ram is the host of the Subway Takes show.
Mm.
Have you seen? So he pretty much just goes on
Yeah.
the subway, talks with New Yorkers, and asks them what their hot take is, speaking with two Metro cards,
Yep.
which are going to be obsolete soon, anyways, as they are
I know.
switching away to the touchless system. So
He's gonna
pretty
have to
interesting
move to
there.
DC. We still have our cards.
But why don't we look at a few TikToks of the Subway Take show, which I find very entertaining, very cool. And it doesn't have to be specifically New York, it just happens to take place there. But I think all these takes, whether good or bad, are very interesting for what people come up with in their heads.
He's had celebrities and stuff on too. He had what's his name? He had Tim Walz during the election on.
Did
Yeah,
he?
seriously. Yeah,
How
Tim Walz,
about
the guy
that?
running for vice president, was on the show.
Well, shoot. Well, there you go. Too bad it didn't work out.
I mean,
But
yeah, obviously it didn't help, but
all right, let's see. Let's see some examples of the Subway Take show. Why don't we do a celeb? Well, I'll do that at the end. I got 3 clips for you on this one. Here we go.
Is more
And he says the famous words.
So what's your take?
partying is more restful than rest itself.
100% disagree.
So when you're going to bed early every night, isn't that exhausting?
No, it is exhausting mentally.
Yeah.
But physically,
Yeah,
it's
but
very restful.
I think maybe from time to time, take a break from your everyday self, having a party. Like,
What's the definition of partying for you?
I mean, being around people with music now is maybe a little something in the mouth or something.
A little
But
bit.
no. I mean,
Oh.
maybe not do that, but
So we can do what we can't do.
no, I'm less than that. I'm less that. But I mean, like some people do meditation or something. I feel fulfillment around people dance.
Well, how about that take, guys?
He turned it around. It started
part-
crazy, but
I somewhat kind of
Yeah.
agree about how, I mean, you are often very exhausted after a good party, right?
I
You
think
have
that
better night sleeps. I don't know. I think he's got a little bit of a point there, but
I think
I
some
understand the
people-
other side too.
I think some people I think it's some people recharge like their social battery by being away from people. Like they're like, that's enough people for today. Like,
Definitely, that's
and
me.
right. But I think other people, and actually I consider myself more along this line personally, is I don't if I'm to get like more excited about being with people to just feel more relaxed, I kind of have to do it. If I spend too much time away from everybody, it's not good. I feel extra tired. I feel extra kind of down. So I kind of do get the idea of like sometimes you need to be like around some sort of like frenetic energy to charge your social battery. So I get what he's saying. It is a crazy thing to say. It's more restful than sleep, though. I like sleep more than anything at this point. So
I know what you mean. Why don't we now look at another one? Or Jose, do you think partying is more restful than not partying?
Of course I do. I think partying is more restful
that's
than
like
not.
that's a wild way to put that. I understand what he was trying to say, but just the words don't make sense.
You can go
Partying
there
is
and
more restful
chill.
than resting.
You go to a party and chill in the corner, have your beer, and call it a day.
But why is that more restful than just staying home with a beer and
Because
going to
you don't
bed?
want to be alone. You want to have the
right.
opportunity of meeting somebody. You ain't gonna meet anybody. Opportunities are not gonna come knocking by sitting on your couch
No, I
watching
know that.
Lifetime.
And that's why I said I was like, I agree that for like my social battery, I need people around.
Right.
I don't ever need a break from people, right? But just I would never use the phrase partying is more restful than resting. Like the phrase to me is just opposite day. Like how is it possible that you would think that the resting is in the word restful? Restful is
right.
the root of both words.
Well, I'm gonna be real honest. The ones that are resting at the party are the ones that ain't getting late. So,
At the party? Yeah, if you go
yeah,
to a party and just sit there, I agree.
you're
But
wall
Don't
hugging.
be a quarter boy. Don't be a corner boy and text
is that a thing? A corner boy?
Yeah, like stand on the corner in the corner and just
Oh.
that'd be so
I
sick.
call it wall hugging.
That's the other version.
I've
I
never
call it corner
heard
boy.
I've never heard any of those. But
We gotta go to the parties me and Jose are going to.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
another one. Oh, I was gonna say that one last.
Oh, I know him. I'm about to say that's a celebrity.
This one, then we'll do the celebrity one. All right. So
what's your take?
I think that it should be more socially acceptable to sit next to somebody when you go out to eat instead of across.
100% agree. I don't understand why more people don't sit next to each other when they go out to eat.
Well, I just don't know who decided that this was like an acceptable way to interact with a person like this. Like just facing somebody 3 feet away, especially if you already know them, you know.
Kind of weird.
It is.
Like, why are you sitting across from one another?
If somebody comes over to your apartment and they're like, "Can I have a seat?" and you say yes, it would be insane if they just sat 3 feet in front of your face and just started asking you. When you're sitting in front of somebody like that, it becomes more of an interrogation than a social setting.
I low key. Well, I don't know if I 100% agree or disagree because
You need to stop that.
I agree with the couples do that. Couples do that. I've noticed more often, but I don't think it matters. Is if you really deep down.
I mean, it depends on the seats. Surely, like it depends. You know, if you go to a bar, yeah, it'd be weird to try and make it so you could face each other.
I hate sitting on bar stools. I hate
But
it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I'd
if you go to a
rather. I'm
restaurant-
such a booth person. Much more.
Yeah,
Of a
but all right.
person.
So all right, we'll use the booth as an example, right? It wouldn't be weird if you sat next to somebody in the booth while you're talking to them. I think it would be. Like if me and my wife went to dinner and I sat next to her in the booth, like it just feels strange. Like I understand at home we do that because we have like the island or whatever for our dinner, or we have the couch. Like I do understand that people sit next to each other all the time. It would be super odd. Maybe I've just been indoctrinated by, big chair to to make it so we need more than one chair. But I don't know. I disagree. I think when you're meeting somebody, you want to face them, see what they look like, catch their mannerisms, things like that. I also don't. You said like if someone came to your apartment and did that, it'd be weird. I'm like, no, it wouldn't. If someone came to your house and sat down at like your kitchen table, if you have a kitchen table across from you, you wouldn't be like, wow, that's so weird. Please don't sit at my kitchen table. I mean, it'd be weird if like you were on the couch and you went over to the kitchen table, but other than that, like if you're eating, that would not be weird. Or even if you're just talking at the table. Some people are table talkers. My family is not, but like my wife's family is. They're big on like they don't hang out in like the living room very often. Like they hang out at the kitchen, then they have the meal, then they stay at the kitchen table where they were and just continue to have their conversations.
Yeah,
and
I
drinks.
think it's way better to sit in the living room and have those deep talks. Because
No, I know.
my family has
And
that
again,
too.
my
I'm
family's
just on
that
that
way.
side. Yeah.
Yeah, my family's that way too. But I'm just saying, like, a lot of people are kitchen people. And if you're a kitchen person, like, you're bound to sit across from somebody you're talking to. So I don't know. I thought that was the weirdest part, was the idea that he felt it'd be insane for someone to come to his place and sit at a table across from him. I'm like, I don't think that's as insane at all.
Okay, I guess I agree. You won me over. I guess the only time it's all right to sit next to somebody is like in a booth where you're about to get like a hand job or something like that, something like kinky. But other than that,
I suppose, right? I mean, I can't. I honestly, that's never happened to me. I'll put that out there.
really,
Really, that's never happened to me.
you never thought
In a
about you and your
booth.
wife is like, you know what? Let's try to get a little venturous here.
Not, it's not my wife. Not with any of my previous partners, and never in a restaurant. No,
You
that's
got to
not come
try
up.
it. Come
I
on.
don't think I
The
will.
excitement, the excitement of not knowing if you're gonna get caught with your
Who
wife's
wants to
hand on your
get
cock.
caught?
It's the excitement of not trying to do something naughty without getting caught, but it's
You could
excitement.
do
Who
something
knows?
naughty that is
Come on,
less
get your
likely to get
blood
you
pumping.
arrested.
What was that from the Curse of Cali Dog, Ryan? He is naughty.
Naughty.
Remember
yes.
that?
That was one of the scariest guys on that show. He didn't even hurt
Legitimately.
anybody. He just cut the dude's hair. Remember? He
Legitimately.
just shaved the dog, and somehow that was the scariest episode. Was
Legit.
he Jack, right? Was his name Jack?
Was it?
I don't
That
remember.
show was brilliant, man. It really was.
I like that show. I was scared as a kid of that show. Genuinely.
Exactly was the point. And they said that's why it's no more. But one more. Yes, Ryan, we have W. Kamel Bell, who was part of United Shades of America. He's a stand-up comedian, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Fun fact, he's part of I think one of the most disliked YouTube Joe Rogan YouTube videos.
Oh, they didn't like him on Rogan, huh?
This was back at like 16, 17.
Oh, what'd he say?
I don't remember. But I look it up. All right, so this is him.
Every American should have to live for at least 2 weeks a year in the South.
100% disagree. I don't want to go.
I 100% agree on that.
I'm a South Dodger.
That's the problem. People like you live in New York City.
People like me.
People like you. You people live in New York City thinking everything's here, everything's enjoyable here, and then you condescend to the South that I've ever been there. And when I say the South, I don't mean Atlanta, I don't mean Miami, I don't mean New Orleans, I mean the South, Shreveport, Tallahassee, Mobile, Alabama.
Is this a punishment? That sounds like punishment.
No, you think it's punishment, but you'll learn that the South is a part of America too.
They don't want to be a part of America.
Most of them do. It's just a loud few. But you'll understand that that's one of the ways we build bridges. You need to live in the South. You need to enjoy the South.
I think Southerners need to spend 2 weeks in New York.
They do.
No, they don't.
Most of the TV that you watch on TV, they got a good sense of Beverly Hills. They got a good sense of New York because it's all everywhere. We don't spend enough time in the South.
What the hell am I going to do in Alabama?
You're gonna do a lot of things. You're gonna have gumbo. You're gonna have jambalaya.
I can do that in Queens.
That's not the same. See, that's the problem. You people think that because you're in New York,
Here we go with you
everything's
people
here.
again.
Yeah, you people, that everything's perfect. You need to spend places where there's more Waffle Houses than sushi bars.
Waffle House is fire.
And let's be clear, Southern racists, when they're not killing you, are some of the nicest racists.
Right.
New York racists are loud and mean. Southern racists are, how you doing, baby? You one of those brown ones, ain't you? Oh, well, bless your heart.
That does sound nice.
Did you know Alabama has beaches?
I didn't know that Alabama.
They call it the Redneck Riviera.
I've been.
I mean, that sounds fun.
Nice.
And it's cheaper.
That sounds
And
fun.
the food is great. And it's a cool hang. You'll hear some things, but you should learn some things.
What about the language barrier?
You have to slow it down, way down. Things get a lot slower, and your ear's going to take a minute to adjust because the accents are thick. Hey, y'all, how y'all doing over there?
Hey, y'all, let me get a pop.
And y'all is one of the greatest words ever created in the history of language.
How's this sound? Hey, y'all, take jambalaya.
Gumbalaya?
Yeah, it's gumbo and jambalaya mixed together.
No.
I actually agree with that. I do think.
Oh, 100% I agree.
Yeah, and that's for somebody who's very Northeast, and I
It's-
do think it's to get good different perspectives, especially in this country, right now. I think it would open a lot of eyes and keep people open minded.
So it's not even just like the South. The South, although that's
Like the
obviously
true
a good
South
place.
too.
Yeah,
like
no, I
you
know
said,
that,
not
yeah.
Atlanta.
Not Atlanta, right? Which I've been to, right? But also, like, even you don't even have to go that far. Just
Ryan wants
Fi-
people to
it-
visit him.
no, if you, well, yeah, come to me. No, if you if you live in a city, or if you live within 10, 15 minutes of a major city, right? A major city, talking like Philadelphia, DC, Baltimore, New York, Boston, even. Just take your car and drive 3 to 4 hours away, just straight. You're going to end up in the middle of nowhere because the country is built that way. The country's got a bunch of people in one spot and then nothing around it for miles. Every state is like this. The three of us were from one of the smallest states in the country, right? And originally, like, we were all born in one of the smallest states in the country. You go
I was
up,
born in New York, but I grew up in.
I grew up in Connecticut, obviously. Like, you go up to like Thompson or Thomaston, Connecticut, there is nothing there. It is just trees and roads and houses. There's nothing there. People, I took some people. I've had this happen to me more than once. I've taken people through rural Pennsylvania on multiple occasions, and they were shocked because they'd never not been in a larger city. And I was like, yeah, people do live out here. The people do live like this. They're not all mad all the time. We just only see the angry ones because those are the ones that are on TV. And he made a good point about that too. Every show takes place in New York or LA, and whenever it doesn't take place in those places, the locals of the rural towns,
Yeah.
they're the bad guys every time. They're the intolerant ones who want to stop your hero from doing the thing they want, and they have to be overcome every single time. It is without fail. Every show besides what? Yellowstone. That's how it goes. So, like,
The
I
White
agree,
Lotus.
100%. Well, no, White Lotus is only rich people.
Yeah. But yeah,
There's
no,
no one
I'm just
poor
saying,
in
I
there.
know what you mean, but I do think it's just the perspective. There's a lot of cool things in this country to see, honestly, and the whole world in general.
Yeah.
And you do realize we do live in a bubble especially if you're in metropolitan areas, and
I would say
gotta see what else is out there.
the one thing I would say is I think he was wrong about them not spending 2 weeks in a major city. The number of people from rural areas, and I've got family in rural areas. I've got a lot of rural family actually. The number of them who are scared, genuinely scared of any city that contains a skyscraper is incredibly problematic to the cohesion of the nation.
Really?
They don't, it's not even like they don't like the people who live in a city. They genuinely fear that all of the American cities are battlefields. That is how they genuinely look at a major city. They see Chicago, they see DC, they see New York, they see LA, and they think it's an active war zone. So people who are from the middle of nowhere, save up a little because it is more money. I'm sorry, but it is. And then go to one of those cities, the closest one. You don't have to go far. Just see what that community is like because it's not bunch of angry people shooting at each other and crime. It's mostly just normal people walking their dogs, going to their favorite coffee shop or bar or what sushi place, whatever, like he said. Try some new foods. That was my only critique of that. I think the idea that, oh, they see Beverly Hills in New York on TV, so they know what that's like, is wrong. I think that they have a very warped perception, and I know because I've talked to them about it, of what major cities are because of the entertainment and news they consume. And I think if they went and saw that's not so scary and not so dangerous, um, you know, that would be good.
I wonder. I wonder what it'd be like to be in fear like that, but luckily I don't have to worry about that. But it's pretty wild. It's just pretty wild. So see what else is out there, Jose. Your thoughts on the South? Would you go there?
Yeah, I would never go there. Fuck them hillbillies.
Ew,
And
Jose, I'm gonna go back to Alabama to the Redneck Riviera. I've been. My bachelor party was actually there, in Dauphin Island. I'm gonna take you
what,
next time. You and Matt are both gonna come next time.
what are we gonna do? Tipping cows?
No, it's beautiful beaches. The
Typical.
food is amazing, and it costs absolutely nothing. I did get kicked out of a bar because I
Did
was
you really?
drunk. I don't remember, but I was told afterward. It's my bachelor party.
The
But hey, you know what? Not for nothing. You know the bar I got kicked out of? I walked in, I just finished the Peaky Blinders, and they kept saying in a British accent, by order of the Peaky Blinders. And I think that's probably why they kicked me out. They didn't like the accent. They probably didn't trust it. But in all seriousness, it was a very nice beach. It was a very fun vacation. I strongly recommend.
Great work.
the only thing good about Alabama is right next to Florida.
We flew into Florida, actually, yeah. So the Panhandle was where we started, and then we went to Alabama from there.
All right. So another thing I want to talk to you guys about. So Argentina, right? I'm not gonna do the Argentina declassified stuff. That is interesting. But another thing happened on a financial news station in Argentina with quite a beautiful financial anchor with a see-through outfit that we will play. And then they cut to the anchor. And I'll show you what happened. So this is again part of a financial station in Argentina.
Y sobre todo con lo que estaba pasando en Wall Street, que parecía que estaba en aumento, y por lo que vemos bajó.
Muy bien. Bueno,
Bueno, volvemos.
dale.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Was
You
he
don't
doing
think-
a
you
was he
don't think
doing a
he did
tubing?
that?
Was he doing a tubing?
I don't know how they get down in Argentina, but shoot. At least wait till you get home, my friend.
What if he was
Be a
genuinely just,
master
like-
of your domain.
Yeah, exactly. What if he was genuinely just like scratching his leg or something?
Well, he made it really weird.
He did because he was like
Gesture,
shot his
doesn't it?
hand up,
Yeah.
right? But, man. What do you think, Jose? Was he
Yeah,
I don't
he
even
probably
know.
was. But
You
I
think
mean,
so?
it's not that bad. I mean, I've seen ones with those like on the news in Europe where they just start stripping down naked while they're doing the news. I mean,
What show you watch?
I believe that was just an adult film, Jose. I
no,
don't believe that
it
that
really
wasn't
is
the
not.
real
No,
news.
I swear to God on everything. It wasn't an adult film. It wasn't like they penetrating it. They just stripped down, like they do the news and they strip down naked doing the news.
Again,
Swear to God.
I'm sure that happened, but I'm positive it wasn't the real news. No one is like, now we're going to talk about the tariffs, but first let me take off my bra. That's crazy.
Oh, she's
There's
not.
no
She
way.
doesn't say. She just starts doing it. I swear to God. Go look it up. Go look up tariffs nude, stripping
Nude.
off clothes. There you
I
go.
will.
Yeah.
What country was this?
God knows. I had one of those fucking illegal fucking boxes that gives me all the channels from all over the world.
Okay.
So you can find that on Pluto or something, but we will have to move on. Ryan, you can look that up for later.
But
And then you
homeboy
can
definitely
watch
was.
this thing for later.
Homeboy was definitely touching himself. Come on now. That girl was smoking hot.
It was
Probably
something.
didn't-
He made it sketchy as possible. Whatever he was doing, he definitely drew attention to it with the way he tried to stop.
Yeah, like, bro, what are you doing? Like, come on. I never got that. Those people who, you know what, out in public, is it really killing you just to be in a private place?
Certainly
Is
as
it?
an adult too. You know, what I mean, it's when the kids get reckless and stupid
Oh,
because of
jeez.
hormones, right? But as an adult, man, you know,
It's
oh,
hard to bounce back from. But another, there's actually one more locally viral thing that happened on here.
oh.
Want to know why? Because there was a top commenter of a famous baseball player, and who knows what he means by this. But a former first baseman, National League MVP of the New York Mets and St. Louis Cardinals, Keith Hernandez,
Mhm.
he writes BBHV Bichunk. This is the top comment. What could
Of
that
that
possibly?
video?
Yeah, at 1 p.m. on the second. BBHV Bichunk. Hello, Keith.
What the hell?
I completely have no idea what that means.
That's
BBV
it's how
HV
that's
Bichunk.
old people can't
Do you think
have
he just
social media.
was he, doing what the anchor might be doing, and he just didn't know how to
Accidentally
comprehend?
typed something?
I don't know.
Maybe. That's not.
BBHV Bachunk.
I mean, but the chunk is crazy. If that was what was happening,
That was the
that's
top
crazy.
comment of this tweet that has 12 million views on it.
That's crazy.
You know, people are gonna make video shirts of that.
But chunk. Yeah, I
So-
mean, just her picture of her and then Bachunk underneath it.
Yeah, Bachunk. Bachunk, gosh.
You're gonna turn Bachunk into the new Hawk Tua.
No. Don't watch that. She's coming
Bachunk
back.
coin.
Her podcast is coming back next week.
I know she's about to launch Bachunk coin
Jeez.
with
So-
Keith Hernandez.
Have you ever heard of the podcast but outside podcast?
The
It's a-
outside podcast.
It's literally called Podcast But Outside, and they
No,
went
I'm not.
They went viral for something hilarious. So, all they do is just go outside and have a podcast. But this time, then they ask random people these things, and this dude has the most bizarre travel idea I've ever heard in my life. Maybe honestly, so bizarre it's kind of brilliant. So let me play it for you. Oh, in fact, I really want to know your opinions on this one. Hear what this guy has to say on the podcast.
Is this a
But Outside
recent?
podcast.
I'm sorry. Is this a recent video?
Yeah, it's pretty recent. They just got bad video quality.
Okay.
You do for fun?
I mean, it sounds kind of macabre, but I like to go to visit a country after a terrorist attack.
Okay.
After a terrorist attack, the horse has already left the barn. It's cheap. I was in Istanbul after they had that bombing at the airport. So I went there.
Jesus Christ.
And there was a bus, was supposed to be 50 people. How many people do you think were on the bus?
2.
One.
You.
So I got the whole tour,
And they're like, why are you
the
here?
whole bus, and I stayed at a $300 a night hotel for $30.
Oh my God.
I was in Morocco after they chopped off two girls' heads off. and I was on this trail, on the same trail that they were.
So wait, when you read the news of a terrorist attack, you're like, time to hit orbits.
You get really good deals, and the security is fantastic. I've gotten flights to Peru, round trip for $280.
And what happened right before that?
Oh, there was probably an earthquake.
So 9/12/2001, you're on a flight to New York. You're like, let's do this.
Yeah.
You do for fun?
So how about that? You go on vacation to a place that just had a terrorist attack. Who's ready to go to Gaza?
God, well, that's more than a terrorist attack. That's an active war zone. But I mean, I can't fault the logic. Like,
These countries are shitty to be. No. Sorry.
see,
excuse
look
me.
at you go.
These countries are already in ruins to begin with.
Well,
so
that's not necessarily true.
them?
Turkey's not in ruin most of the time. Turkey's a fully developed
Like,
country.
I love how you say most of the time.
What do you mean most? What?
Yeah, that's what you just literally just said. Most of the time, it's not ruined.
Well, there was a bombing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
So
that
shitty
before the
situations for those countries. I don't want to go to shitty situation
before
countries.
the bombing, it was fine, and then after the bombing, they had some earthquakes once too. But anyway, no, I don't. I wouldn't say that. I mean, because think about that. So think about the reverse. Like, so where should we had 2001. We just go more recently. What happened in New Orleans? So New Orleans is off limits. It's part of a shitty country because a terrorist attack happened in New Orleans. No, there's a terrorist attack. Now, I will say it's a little bit dark. I feel like I would never admit to doing that into a microphone at the bare minimum. I would probably never do that. But if my mind did work that way, actually, one time my mind worked in a similar way, and I don't even know if I should tell the story. I might tell it off camera. So I do get the idea, but I think you shouldn't say it into a microphone because it does make you sound like one, a little crazy, and two, like you might commit a terrorist attack to get an all expenses paid vacation somewhere. So that was crazy that he said it. But I mean, again, support free speech, right? He walks it like he talks it. That's, I guess, the only good thing we could say about that. But he's technically not wrong. Prices do go down. And safety honestly does usually go up because everyone's high alert.
High alert, high alert. All right.
But they close stuff too. You know what I mean? I think that's he's not thinking about that. Like some people close things up and you can't do certain things.
I think he's a bum in the video, so I think he doesn't give two shits if it closed or not.
You know what? And if that's one heck of a bum life, by the way, just flying to Turkey like Eric Adams, that's an incredible bum life.
Just announced he's running as an independent. That's how you know he's in shambles.
That's a bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see if it pays off.
All right, guys. So we have a great story. You'll know even me doing a marching band story. This is a special occasion.
This is. Are you feeling okay?
New changes, right? So I don't know where this high school is, but there's this guy named Coach Johnson who's just a high school coach who just in general makes like content regarding his high school football team and stuff. But I guess the band teacher was out and they asked him to substitute the band teacher, the band class. And here's some stuff we got.
All right.
Let's go, Coach Johnson. Dr. Lee ain't got nothing on me.
That must be the
band
teacher. Director. Yeah.
The band teacher today. Give me stand like my daddy on 3, y'all ready? Stand like my daddy on 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, hit it.
Yeah. Yeah.
They got a drum, which helps. A little sloppy up top there. The trumpets.
Hey!
That's wild.
Come on, get it!
Don't worry, there's more. We got the best band in the state.
They only know one song, though.
Not even keeping time.
So they got a piano and a drummer, so they don't need him to keep time that much, which is good. I've been the substitute band teacher before.
Were you really?
In high school. In high school. All right, story time. So I was in band in high school, as Matt knows. Matt was also in. And so
we talk about that.
He doesn't talk about that. That's right, but I do. Well, so anyway, I got into I'm also as a singer, right? And I went to school as a singer for a little bit. And so I got into like the top group for singing at our high school. And that was the same time as the band class that I was in. And I asked if I could be moved up to the top band class, but I wasn't quite as good at saxophone as I was with singing. And so it was rejected. And they really thought, and I don't know why they would have thought this, that I was going to not do the top group singing and just do the middle group for both. And obviously I said no. Wasn't going to do that. So then I said, can I do the freshman band? Because there was a special band just freshmen. And there was no, it was my Air Bud moment where obviously they didn't want me to do that, but there's technically nothing saying an upperclassman can't be in that freshman band. So I was in the freshman band 3 of my 4 years. I went freshman band, then I was in the middle band, and then I was in the freshman band my junior and senior year. So when the band director was out, they would get any sub, didn't really matter who, because the sub would come to me every time and say, "Are you Ryan?" And I'd say, "Yes." And then he would hand me a lesson plan that the band director had provided for me to then lead the class in running through the songs that we had.
Nice way to get a good paycheck.
I didn't get any paycheck. What are you talking about?
No, I'm saying for the substitute.
Oh yeah, the sub just sat there and took attendance, and that was that. And then the audacity after doing that for a year, when I tried to be a drum major, or an assistant drum major, or do anything, I didn't get it. I was teaching the whole freshman class.
Well,
is what it is.
You don't want to hear what I have to say with that, so we'll
get canceled. In fairness, I enjoyed doing it, even though I was a little confused about why it only applied to the one class. But anyway.
So just two quick things too. I actually got 2 more videos. He also was able to get the band to do this. Kevin Gates is really weird.
Are we sure he's not the band teacher? I kind of like this.
And then, last but not least, there is a finale to this. A legit finale where the real band director comes back, but you'll see. He did this. Playing the Lil Nas X song.
Talk to him, Saxes. So they must do pop songs a lot. Yes.
Sounds like it.
There's the real band director. Really connected with the band.
That's kind of fun. Yeah, they must do pop songs a lot because that's crazy for him to show up with a Kevin Gates sheet music and say, "We're doing this today, but I'm not helping you. I'm not teaching you how. We're just gonna do it." And if that's the case, that's a very talented band. But I really did like that one.
Yeah, because I don't know what the name of the school is or anything, but the coach, he really was just all coaching videos. I was looking up until
you got the band.
Yeah, right.
That's very funny. That you could see he genuinely was just the substitute teacher for a little bit,
and look what he connected with.
Changed this entire page. The algorithm's totally whacked out now.
Man, how can you miss it? So, who wants to get some? Let's talk some deep things real quick. We got 2 deep things for you, right?
Yep.
I want to talk about Dane we haven't done in a while, right? Mm-hmm. I like this girl's perspective about both guys and girls. Miss trying to move on. Even though her name is Mrs. Trying to Move On. The caption is, "I don't think we're all out here getting screwed over by bad men or crazy women," right? I think that's fair. Guys think women are crazy. Women think men are bad. Sure, it's a generalization, but it's real.
Let's hear what she says. Yeah.
Right? Curious. Ready, Jose?
Yep.
We're gonna have some fun with this. So here we go. Again, Miss Trying to Move On.
We're getting screwed over by bad men or crazy women. I think we're just dating a bunch of emotionally develop people who are really good at Spotify playlists and really bad at intimacy. Because, like, it's not even about gender at this point. It's just people. People who don't know how to give without measuring. People who think a situationship is the same thing as getting to know someone. People who say, I'm just going with the flow, when they're really just emotionally constipated. Like, we've made a whole generation allergic to clarity.
Yep.
Oh, I don't want to define things because that puts pressure on it. Okay, but you're sleeping at their house 4 nights a week, keeping a toothbrush there, getting jealous and pretending you're chill. You are not chill. You are spiraling in silence and then calling it low maintenance. Situationships are not edgy or evolved. They're just emotional minimum wage jobs with no benefits. You clock in, you do the labor, and you pray to God that they'll promote you to girlfriend or boyfriend after your 6-month review. And the thing is, it's not just like a dating problem, it's a maturity problem. Most people aren't in situationships because it's what they want. They're in them because full-on connection, that requires vulnerability, presence, effort. And you can't do that when your nervous system thinks love is a threat. So now we got 2 people sitting across from each other, both scared to care first, both pretending they don't want more, both basically playing emotional chicken until someone breaks. And even then, we still call it chill. It's not chill. It's emotionally avoidant purgatory with shared memes and weird eye contact, you know? Like, maybe the problem isn't men or women. Maybe it's just that most people haven't done the work to actually handle love, so they keep building these half relationships that don't require growth, just tolerance. But then we wonder why everything feels hollow.
I don't know about you, but I think this girl should get a Nobel Peace Prize on perfectly explaining the dating scene right now.
Yeah, I think she made some very good points.
Incredible points. Incredible. Oh my God. Especially using the big words and terms she had, emotionally constipated and people being hollow. 1000% true.
I also, something that was interesting, she talked about pressure, right? Oh, I don't want to give it a label.
Well, that's the point.
Well, yeah, I was gonna
I'm
say.
saying, no, you're right.
Yeah.
I just want to say in my head, I was saying, well, that's how this works.
Well, right,
you can't be afraid of it, or you might as well just order prostitutes. As Ryan, we talked about the sex working thing. Just legalize it everywhere. That will solve so many people's problems.
Maybe do that anyway. But
yeah, I'm here to support it because it might put the clarity that us as a society and dating can't.
It's very clear. If you pay for it, it's very clear what's happening. But no, I think one thing that was interesting when I heard that, especially the word pressure being used. This is what's it called? A grandparent or uncle. Someone said this all the time about, pressure is how you make diamonds, right? Trying to have a no pressure relationship.
Pressure creates diamonds.
Yeah. Trying to have a no pressure relationship, a no pressure trying to have a no pressure job, you're never going to grow.
No pressure job.
No, seriously. If
no,
there's
I
no
laugh
pressure,
because you're right. You're right. 100%.
It just is a fact. And again, I mean, I say this as someone who has had plenty of jobs that were dead end, right? I mean, again, and just because, again, this is not like, oh, I had a minimum. Like, no, I had jobs that paid perfectly well. That gave me benefits. I got contracts for writing things that were plenty interesting to learn about for 10 months. But it was a dead end job. There was no pressure. It was just, I'm sitting there doing my thing, doing my writing, because there's no up, there's no down, there's just this. And pressure, without pressure, you don't grow. You don't get better, or you don't end up with what you want. So I thought that was very prescient in particular, the idea of we don't throw labels on things because we don't want to feel pressure. And I'm like, you do want to feel pressure. You don't know that you want to feel pressure probably. And that goes to that maturity thing or not having had examples of it. But you should be scared. Frankly, you should be scared. I'm telling, as someone who is married, I was scared on my wedding day, and we've been together for 10 years. It wasn't a surprise that we were getting married, that we knew where we would be doing it. We knew who would be there. We knew the priest who was going to do it. We knew everything years before we actually booked it all. But you're still scared. When you're really in a place of growth, you're scared. growing doesn't feel good at the time. It's terrifying at the time, but when you get through it, once you've grown, that's when it feels good. That's when you're like, wow, I've gone from this to that. I went from bachelor to, whatever. I went to, entry worker to, owning my own business, running my own podcasting network, whatever, right? Like that is genuinely that's when that good feeling happens. But you can't get there until you go through the pressure. You just can't. You need labels, you need goals, you need pressure.
Exactly. And, we all, in a world where we get more options than ever, that we don't need. Some people feel like, I need to be in a perfect situation where everything is a rom-com, and it's not. It's part of work. Relationships are work. That's anything, And if you want to avoid that work, or if you want to just play around, shit, you're not gonna get what you want. And
well, you
with
can.
the labels,
I do. I mean, maybe I might jump to Jose here because I think he might agree with that part. But you don't have to be looking for endgame. You know what I mean? I don't think that's fair to people. There are people who don't want to. They don't want to have growth in that way. That's not how they would like to grow. And so I don't think that that's a problem, other than that makes it hard to align with people, because if you want nothing and she wants something, or if you want nothing and he wants something, or whatever, that becomes difficult to balance. I would guess. I don't know. Again, that's why I'm tossed it to Jose. I feel like he might have an insider's opinion on the imbalance when two people are not on the same page.
Why do you think it's pressure?
What do you mean pressure?
I keep hearing the word pressure. Like
that was a whole other rant. I moved on to a different rant now.
I think people are undecisive.
The people definitely are indecisive, which is pressure.
I think it's not pressure though.
I would say that that's a direct result of pressure. When a lot of pressure, a lot of times people are undecisive when they're being pressured.
Well, that's on you for letting yourself feel the pressure. I've learned that. Haven't we all learned that love comes to us when it wants, not when we, manifest it, not when we do a song and dance. It just happens. Some people it happens when they're 18. Some people it happens when they're 30. Some people it happens when they're 45, 50, 60, 80, 90. Sometimes you might have had to wait your whole life. Oh, well.
Mm-hmm.
It just happens.
I mean, I would,
unless you openly go out of your way and choose. Yeah, some people might just not get it at all.
I'd agree with that too. I would just say that, or not get it from a romantic partner, but love is a complex thing you can feel from other people. But I would say that the reason I use the word pressure is because nothing is nothing, right? What are we? If you're nothing, you're nothing. There's no way to. Nothing is never something. Nothing is never a maybe. Nothing. Nothing is nothing. So yes, people feel pressure because they don't want to put a name on it. Because if they make it real and that doesn't work out, they feel like they failed. Or if they make it real, what if they're not good enough? What if someone ends up getting hurt? So everyone says, "This is nothing. This is nothing. This is just and nothing."
Maybe they're not sure they want it.
Well, that's a different thing. I'm saying if you're thinking about it the way that the person in the video was describing it, if you're thinking about doing this thing, but you genuinely don't want to put the names on it because that adds too much pressure, I'm saying that is the point.
But she seems like she's the I'm not. She seems like because it's her rant. Because if it was her and her partner, obviously, if I listen to her talk, I'm already going with the other guy. She wants something, and the other guy is not sure. So now she's gonna feel like it's pressure, but it's not pressure.
Well,
it's not it's unsure. Like I can tell you as of right now where I'm at in my relationship. I can tell you right now, I'm not sure where I'm at. Even though entitlement or not entitlement, I don't feel like entitlement. She says whatever she wants. It doesn't pressure me. The problem with me is being unsure if I really want it.
No, I know that, but I guess that really stems from why do people feel that uncertainty? If you feel the uncertainty because you genuinely aren't sure that it's
because the options. It's because if you have options on the table, it's different. It's different.
No, I know. But what I'm saying is a lot of people don't feel the uncertainty because, oh, well, I could. Or even if they are thinking about the options, a lot of times people are uncertain because what if there's something better, right?
Right.
Or they're like, what if I'm not good enough? Like
What if
these are common. Or what if
right?
she's not good enough? What if
But
I
I
trust this
feel
person and
but
she's not good enough, right?
see
There are
this is
so many different ways that people feel this. And to me,
right.
that's what I mean when I say pressure. I don't mean anything like,
But
oh, I
what,
have to
see,
make a decision.
let me see what that one thing that I'm not good enough. That's
Hmm.
pressure.
Definitely,
Having
100%. That's pressure.
having options on what you want is more of a confusion because you
Well,
don't know what you want.
it
If you
depends
have
on why
two
you
options,
want options.
well, here's the options is like two variables comes in and they both offer you something
Hmm.
that you both want, but you're not sure where you want to go, but you don't want to lose both of them in the sense that
You want
you
both.
have to pick one eventually, but I'm playing it out. Like I'm not rushing to
You
cut
want
one
both
off.
still. No, I get you. That's not pressure. You just want both. Yeah.
I wouldn't say want both. I would
At the
say
moment, you do.
one of them. The best way of saying it is whatever I go with, whatever brings me tomorrow. Whatever happens, happens. And in the sense that is like whatever happens tomorrow. If one gets pissed off and wants to walk away, bet it kicks it away. I'm on to this one, and that's it. As long as I don't have to make the choice, I'm pretty fucking good.
Yeah, but if you're okay with that, then I'm not really talking about you. No,
Right.
seriously, I'm not. Like
Well,
if that's
those are
what you
most,
want,
but those are most people.
I don't think it is.
But if you're on the other side, if you're on the other side of the shoe, you're gonna think it's pressure. You're
Yeah,
thinking it's entitlement.
but I think it is. I think a lot more people, men and women, are feeling less like that. Like they just don't really want to commit to any. Like the idea that if something doesn't work out, they can pivot easily because they just like having somebody around. It's not about finding anything in particular. It's just you like meeting people, talking to people, having fun with people, and
And that's
and
where
that's fine.
that's
And
where
I'm not
people get
against
it,
that.
and that's where
And I know
shit goes
people
haywire.
who are like that. I know good people who are like that. One of them.
Right.
But well, my point is, I don't think that's where most people are because we are seeing, and this is like science is showing this. And
Right.
also the fact that this lady went viral with this little talk. That's why we're covering it. People are lonelier now a massive degree. Men and women, all ages, it does not matter. People are reporting to anyone who will listen, to doctors, to pollsters, whomever, community workers, they feel completely alone. They do not feel like they have deep connections with anyone. This is friends, this is
You're right.
family, and this is
Okay.
partners. So people are not looking for an embarrassment of options right now. People are looking to connect and they're worried about it. And I'm saying it's okay to be worried about what connection will feel like. It's okay to
Okay.
have a worry that you won't be good enough, that she or he will disappoint you, or that, there might be someone better that you're going to go into, you're going to find someone you really like, then she's going to get a nose job and leave you. It's okay
Yeah,
to worry about those things. It's okay to feel those things as you're going through it. But I'm saying if you're lonely and you're looking to be less lonely, now, but again, and I'm talking about if you want to keep your options. I'm saying if you're looking to
Right.
have that deeper connection, you have to go through that, and that's what I'm calling pressure. You have to go through that phase, that worry, that pressure that you're putting on yourself to be right, to pick the right person, to be the right way, to have her be the right way or him be the right way to you. That pressure, that worry, you have to walk through it. You will never find what you're looking for if that's what you're looking for unless
Right.
you walk through it. It is
So,
impossible. It will
so
never happen.
it's like trying to be. It's like you're trying to bat in the ninth inning with 2 outs at the World Series and hit a
Right.
home run. Yes, I
Right.
get it. If you have that mindset, of course you're destined to fail, or you're destined this.
But I would say you're not destined to fail. If you go up there and you keep right, that's actually a perfect analogy for us, right? So
You're welcome.
you're in the bottom of the ninth. There's 2 outs. You've got to hit this over the fence to win the game. There's no
Right.
other way, right?
Right. Hmm.
So if that's all you're thinking about, right? If you're genuinely thinking about the stakes, what if I strike out? What if I don't hit it over the fence and we
and then
get
before you know
whatever?
it, you're sitting in the dugout because you're already
Well, yeah,
bad.
yeah, you're gonna
You gotta be
you're gonna freeze.
Juan Soto,
Right.
like
You,
what he.
yeah,
You gotta be
you're
like
gonna
Juan
freeze.
Soto. You just gotta be comfortable and know that you
Right.
have it in you to do it, and then you'll be okay.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Like the only chance you have in that situation is not to be thinking about all the bad stuff. It's to be saying, all right, this is a good pitch. I'm going to swing. Look at the pitch and go for the swing. If you're thinking about where the ball needs to go, who needs to go where, how fast, how far, if you're doing all that math in your head or all that analysis in your head, you're going to be frozen. You're probably going to strike out looking.
Right.
You look for the pitch in front of you, and then you swing.
Mhm.
That's it. And it's going to be nerve-wracking because a million ways that pitch is going to go wrong. You could swing and a miss. You could pop fly. There's 100 ways that could go wrong and very few that it doesn't. But you still have to do it because if you don't swing, you can't possibly win.
There you go. Love the way you put it together, Ryan. So, have you seen this new trend on TikTok where somebody asks a broad question and there's music in the background and then it's all in the comment section what they say? Have you seen this trend on TikTok?
I have not.
No.
So I'll show you an example. And this is actually, we're going to read comments on the comment section on this. I'm going to show it first, then I'll read the comments so nobody gets confused. So this right here, all this is just a person. And so the question is, pretend that the comment section is how a guy apologizes. Okay. So does anybody want to do some, you tell me, how do guys, no. Let me read the comments. All right. The top comments. I'm reading the top down. And you tell me if you agree with the comments or not. Quote, I don't know what you want me to say.
I've used that one. Yeah. That's a common one.
Definitely.
I would say. Because again, that's someone not wanting to say the wrong thing.
1000%.
By the way,
what about you?
That's the
Jose?
wrong thing. If you say that, you've officially already said the wrong thing.
Right? Oh man, you can't. It can't be. I'm gonna text this. It's over. Nope, doesn't work like that. No. There's that one. I'm just a terrible boyfriend. Leave me then.
No. No.
I've definitely ever heard the term "I'm a terrible girlfriend," but like, what the fuck does that even mean? I didn't know there was a good one and a bad one. I thought
that's trying to manipulate somebody. Frankly, you're trying to make them feel bad because you're not. Obviously, if they're with you, especially if they're with you for a long time, or not even a long time, but just a decent amount of time, they clearly like you,
right?
Right. So you're just being, well, then I guess I just suck, and now you feel bad for making them feel bad, and yeah, no, I don't say that, guys. That's horrible. Not horrible. It's kind of grimy.
Do you even
might be effective, but it's grimy.
Another one. Do you want to even be with me?
That's the same as the one before it. That's the same concept.
I'm gonna do
That
better.
one a lot.
I'm gonna do better. Then does the same thing 2 weeks later.
Okay, well, yeah.
I know somebody like that.
I've done that
from this podcast.
Well, I've done
that. Why do you constantly just want to argue and fight?
I'll use that.
I think that I can't critique that one because maybe they do constantly fight, in which case it might be fair to bring that up.
Yeah, some people do like that.
Right. But I would say most of the time that's not a good one.
I've done this one. I don't want to argue. I've done that.
I actually don't really do that one. I'm always down to have a conversation when we're upset.
I'm always down for
prefer
an
it.
argument, Ryan.
Not an argument, but like I want to figure out what's wrong and how to get past. I don't want to leave anything. You know what I mean?
For sure. I'm definitely the person. We're not sleeping until it's done.
I can tell, Ryan, your wife is not Hispanic because that would not be in there. You would not be saying, let's have a conversation while she pissed the bug off.
No, my wife is not Hispanic. That's correct. But
I like this one. Red at 10 p.m. This one, I'm not dealing with this right now. Also, are you? No. You're always finding something to complain about.
That's a tough one, man. You better hope that you're right? And in addition to
that one.
In addition to you being right in this moment, you better have been right every single time for like the last 2 years. If you're going to throw that out there, you better be sure you haven't made any mistakes in like 2-3 years time. And even that might not be far enough back.
Or at least come with receipts when you say that statement.
Right.
I'm kind of seeing that as the same way. No, but seriously, if you fucked up at any point in 3 years, you launch that one out, that's coming up. And she'll, by the way, have receipts. So that's what I'm saying. You better have been batting 1,000 for a long time before you throw that one out there.
How about another one just for shits and giggles? This is another TikTok. It says, "Girls describe your ex as a brand. I'm in need of a good laugh." This person says, "Six Flags because one flag wasn't enough for me." IKEA had to do it myself.
That's a good one.
Ocean Gate because there were signs. Ross because I settled for less. McDonald's ice cream machine. He was never working, always broke.
Wow.
Oh, Nikes. That one's
Pepsi
tough.
because he had a problem with Coke. Ooh.
Whoa. That's a good one too.
This one just ain't no way. Ancestry.com because he liked to keep it in his family.
You know, I mean, we don't like to think about it, but there's a reason it's a concept, right?
Aldi. He lied all the time.
I like Aldi, by the way.
Just a few thrown out there. Yo, I have an actual viral clip that's going viral right now. You ready for this one?
He lied all the time. Yeah,
So
go ahead.
So we got Usher still doing his residency in Las Vegas. And things got really hot and heavy between him and this Auntie. Are you ready? Here we go. We got right now Usher. Oh boy. Here we go. This might not be rated G. But I can do it anyways. All right, here we go. So we have this, Auntie right here. Usher. Who's ready?
You so short. Whoa. She said, call me. Wow.
It's still going.
She's having a night.
Yeah, well, she's wetting the pants.
I wasn't gonna say that, but I agree. I think. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
So he brought some cherries out. Use your imagination for those listening at home.
That's something else.
How do you even go to work the next day? Because this has 3 million views in under 2
I think you go to work saying I tried to seduce Usher.
I think she'll go to her job Wingstop and continue her day.
Do you think
Wingstop's horrible, by the way.
This is the second show in a row that's being brought up.
I know, and I'm okay with it.
This is any chance you think her and Usher got it on after the show?
No.
Hell no.
What do you mean? He was pretty crazy. Usher was ready to risk it all. I saw.
He was not. He was entertaining the fans.
But the girl really wanted it, huh?
Oh no! I mean, yeah. If he had called, she'd have been there. Yeah.
Jeez.
This is you, man. Every time an artist gets a little bit explicit, Matt assumes they're going for it for real. That's a true story about Matt.
Still waiting for Dom and Liv for that drop that they were really messing with each other. Still waiting. As the days go by. Now even Ryan. Maybe he's convinced.
No, I'm not convinced, obviously. But I'm just saying.
All right. So, did you guys hear about that earthquake that happened in, I believe, Taiwan?
Mm-hmm.
The Myanmar earthquake.
It's Myanmar, but yeah.
Oh, sorry, I apologize. Myanmar.
No, it's okay.
How do you pronounce it?
Myanmar.
All right, Myanmar, Taiwan. There is an earthquake. Not okay. But there were some moments of heroism, and I have an exact moment to show you from that. Check out what this brave father did at an apartment complex that was splitting, literally splitting. So look at this. And can you imagine if you were in this position? So we have the building getting split in two. Watch right here.
Oh, he just jumped from one side to the other.
Yep.
This is the moment a heroic father jumped across a gap 600 feet in the air to get to his wife and child as an earthquake tore their apartment block apart. The heroic dad, Kwan Young-jun, made the Hollywood-style leap as the walkway connecting his block to a neighboring high-rise collapsed in Bangkok, Thailand, due to the 7.7 magnitude earthquake that hit the country. After the brave moment, Kwan Young-jun was later pictured with his family on the street outside after he realized they had evacuated. Incredibly, Kwan was largely unscathed, suffering just minor scratches on his arm despite his audacious rescue attempt.
Insane. Okay, I apologize. Not Taiwan. It was
Thailand, not Taiwan, but yeah.
But yeah, dude, huh? And then he
That's-
went, first thing in my mind, I gotta make a TikTok.
My thing is,
and he did the typical TikTok look, hand thing.
Yeah, of course.
Look at me, right? No matter where you are in this world.
Yeah, exactly. That's universal. But no, I thought I thought that he like knew his wife and kid were in trouble, and that's why he did it. He just knew that they weren't with him, so he ran toward their apartment. They were already outside. It sounds like.
Yep.
So they're outside, being like, "Oh, who's jumping?" And he's jumping to go save them.
So he's essentially the heroic moment was that he stayed alive, which is heroic.
I mean, yeah, no, exactly.
Oh,
But,
stop it! It's not heroic. He saved his own life.
Well, I mean,
he's a hero
he
to
could've
himself
died.
and his family.
Yeah, he could have died, so that's good. He didn't do that, right? I think I probably would have just fallen, if we're being totally honest. I mean, I don't know how long the jump was. I don't. But I if I thought my wife and kid were on the other side and needed me,
they said it was
then
about
I
600
definitely would've
feet.
tried it. No, I meant wide. I know how far down it is. I'm fully aware it's 600 feet down. There's no way he jumped 600 feet. So that's what I'm saying. Like, how far did he have to jump to get from one side to the other? Whatever that number is probably too much for me to have made it. But if I thought I needed to save like Melissa, I would probably attempt it. I just would end up dying, and then I would have been an idiot because I jumped to save someone who was already out of the building. So.
Right.
Ryan, I believe you would have made that jump.
Well, I don't know how far it was. I'm not saying I would or I wouldn't. I'm saying I don't know how far it was.
Well, you're Pope Ryan. With the power of prayer, you'll make it, no matter how far it is.
I would be praying for certain. As I jumped, I would be praying either way. It's either one last prayer before I meet the big guy, or it's what I mean. But
yeah, man, just another fun thing to keep the Keith Hernandez theme going, right?
Oh God, what is he saying now?
So he was called on a hot mic for the Mets Marlins game that happened on Wednesday. Mets won, and
he said beat chunk.
But the bats did not come alive until way later in the game. I don't think there were any runs in the game until the 8th inning. And bro had this to say on a hot mic.
Piss poor hitting.
He's not wrong.
Just like that, piss poor hitting.
He wasn't wrong. It looked like we wasted a lot of money at the beginning of that game. I'll tell you what. Oh, man.
Man, that game also featured a player falling on his ass throwing a pitch. And a Juan Soto error. So that makes me happy. Yes. So, last but not least, my friends, I got to do this again. I got to show you Raging Italian. Limit to 3. Let's do some more Raging Italian. So if you didn't tune in to the last show, featured this guy Raging Italian. I don't even know his name. He's just a angry dad from the Bronx who's Italian, and his son messes with him and trolls him, and they live in Connecticut. Simple as that. And just make gold content all the time. And that's all you need sometimes, right? So let's get, where do we go? Where should I start? Raging Italian dad freaks out over hand tattoo.
Okay. It's probably a good one. I remember my dad's response to my siblings' tattoos. So.
I remember my dad with my first tattoo.
I got no tattoos.
He's ready to kick my ass out.
Here we go.
2:30 in the afternoon.
Now TikTok's. Hold on 1 second. Ba, 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 ba.
Oh. So
finally, dude, I haven't fucking
what
seen
time
you.
is fucking you guys get up? It's fucking 2:30 in the afternoon again.
I haven't seen you in like fucking.
Yeah, because you're fucking out all the time.
You were out last night.
You told me you were going to get a fucking tattoo. Then when'd you go out afterwards?
Yeah, come here.
Where the fuck did you go after the tattoo?
Back home. You weren't here.
What time did you get home? What do you mean I wasn't here?
7, 8 o'clock.
Oh, I fucking ran to the store. Big fucking deal. I thought you were getting a fucking tattoo.
Yeah, you didn't see it. It's right there.
I don't see anything. What the fuck is that?
What?
That better be a fucking joke. Give me a fucking hand. Better be a fucking joke. Did you fucking just draw this on? No. This better not be fucking real. Don't better fucking be real. It better not be fucking real, dude.
If it is?
I told you about the fucking hand tattoos.
What?
No fucking hand tattoos. No fucking neck tattoos. Stop with the fucking tattoos. You're not gonna get a fucking job. Fucking asshole. Like, I told you not to fucking get anything on your hand.
It looks cool though, right?
I don't give a fuck if it looks cool. You ain't getting a fucking job.
God. Dude, you spit everywhere.
You was.
He did just spit everywhere.
Finally.
Yeah, he was legitimately pissed on that one.
I'll just say, not for, I mean, obviously this kid is doing this on purpose for entertainment, but it sounds like his dad was fine with tattoos. He just had like a couple rules, and that's lucky. There's parents who are not fine with any tattoo on any part of the body. That's just a fact.
Right,
you know?
yeah. He said,
just throwing that out
just
there.
no hands or above the neck.
Which I think is fair.
I think that's pretty much 90% of everybody. You can get a tattoo, just no neck or no hands.
Right.
And it's always the same reasoning, job interview.
So I actually don't know that will matter as much
in the future.
Like I really don't think.
I think it does. I think it's like depending on where you're going, I feel like it's still.
Yeah,
maybe still a little bit now, but I just think
you can't get a Wall Street job with hand and neck.
Well,
tattoos.
no, but all right. So like genuinely, all right. Let's like put our brains, like, put ourselves into the future. We got all this money now, and we're hiring a financial advisor to grow our wealth in the market. You're really not hiring a dude because he's got a hand tattoo?
I think people look at presentation a lot.
Well,
if you ask me within the next 5 to 10 years that hand tattoos and neck tattoos are getting more popular, I believe it'd be more accepted. But I think as of right now, it's just starting in the last few years. So I think I just think it'll take more time for everybody to get accustomed to it.
Maybe.
Also,
I'm just saying for me,
if you had like two different people with similar resumes and one has the hand tattoo and one has the neck tattoo.
Right.
That's where the decision comes in.
I mean, maybe. I can't imagine that I would have. I don't believe I'd have a conscious bias against anybody for the way they look. You know what I mean? Like,
so
I know
somebody comes in with like gang tattoos on over their face. Ryan's like, he must be a good guy deep down.
I know. If his answers to my questions are good and his resume is correct, I don't care.
Like, have you seen those gang members in those Venezuelan jails?
Some of them are
like that.
Some of them are just hairdressers, but yes, I've seen the people in the Venezuelan jails. Yes,
like those, like those crazy tattoos.
No, yes, I've seen the pig tattoos on the sides and stuff. No, and then there's
like the face ones and stuff.
Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah, if your CV says, Tren de Agua, then no, I'm probably not going to hire you to be my financial advisor. But if it says you went to Tufts Business School and you've got 10 years of experience at, whatever, McKenzie, yeah, I don't care if you have a face tattoo. You went to Tufts and you went 10 years at McKinsey. That's all I need to know. You clearly know the business, and I'm fine with it. Now, again, you're saying, what if that person comes in and you have somebody who went to Penn and has, 8 years at whatever Wall Street firm, BlackRock, then sure, maybe I would subconsciously pick the person who doesn't have a face tattoo. But honestly, I think whoever I had a better conversation with is who I would hire at that point. Whoever I enjoy talking to more. And I
only
don't
more
care what anybody
people
says.
were like you, Ryan. If only more hiring managers were like you.
I just want to say that. Fair enough. But I'll just say anyone who says, "Oh, well, you got along with them both," is lying to you. Every time you talk to people, you have conversations that leave you feeling exactly the same. Not even with the same person. You can have two conversations with the same person and get a different feeling. Conversations are never exactly the same. So you would know which one you had a better conversation connection with, and that's who I would hire.
Interesting. Okay.
And I think that will become more popular, as Jose said, over the next 5 to 10 years.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right. So the next one I have here, can you tell me a bedtime story?
This is like the tuck in one.
Mm-hmm.
Do I want to go?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck if you're taking a nap.
Can you read me a bedtime story?
Read you a fucking bed. What the fuck are you talking about?
A bedtime story, you knucklehead.
Why would I read you a fucking bedtime story? What are you, fucking 3?
Why are you getting so mad?
Because it's fucking stupid.
So are you, but I don't complain.
Who the fuck asks their father? You're 20 fucking years old. I haven't heard those words out of your mouth in fucking 19 years.
Read me a bedtime story about something. I don't care.
Go to fucking sleep. There's your bedtime story. Are you fucking kidding me with some bullshit like that?
Read me
You're
a story.
fucking 20.
Tell me the story about the angry dad who yells at his kid for over fucking
Take
nothing.
your fucking bedtime story and shove it up right up your fucking ass. You're
I don't know
fucking
about
bullshit.
that. It's a little weird.
Read you a fucking bedtime story.
Come on, just read me a
Why are you
bedtime
even
story.
taking a fucking nap?
I'm tired, dude.
The fucking middle of the day. You're tired from staying up all night.
Just read me a bedtime story.
I gotta go to the fucking supermarket.
You could have been done by now, but you're a bitch.
I ain't reading no fucking bedtime story to a fucking 20-year-old guy acting like a half hour. You know?
I will say that was excessive, Mr. Raging. That was excessive. I see a lot of similarities to him and the men in my life, but if I had asked any of them, Dad, Grandpa, whomever, to do that, they would have laughed at me. They would have been like, "What the hell are you talking about?" And they would have left. They wouldn't have even stayed to hear a rebuttal. They'd been like, "That's stupid," and left the room. And then that would have been the end of the conversation. So the fact that he stayed in there to yell at his son is an extra commitment to being an angry Italian dad. And I want him to know that we appreciate on this show his commitment to being as angry as possible, because that was definitely worth a chuckle and "you're an idiot," and then a walk out the door. That was more of a disappointed leaving the room than a full-blown angry assault on your son.
I got this one. It's freaking out over going to NYC.
Up here right now, fucking telling you guys, you fucking pulled another one. You decided to go to fucking Manhattan yesterday.
Okay.
You fucking guys didn't say a word to me. You tiptoed out of the fucking house at 8:45 a.m. Nobody gets up at that hour anytime. But you guys fucking knew how to get up early. You didn't say goodbye. You didn't say nothing because you knew what the fuck you were doing. You knew I told you. No, I wasn't fucking. Me sleeping? I don't think so. You fucking guys are fucking lying. What the fuck are you going there for? I told you. Take it easy with
Nocturnal.
Manhattan.
What's the big deal?
The big fucking deal? You went once a month ago with all your friends, and I said, I don't want you going back there for a while. And here you are a fucking month later.
Big deal? You went to the Big Apple?
No. What the fuck? What?
I said the big deal.
The big fucking apple? That's a fucking joke? You guys probably look like two fucking jerk-off fucking tourists.
Why are you always yelling? Why are you always yelling?
Because you fucking piss me off. You do whatever the fuck you want to do.
That's pretty easy to do.
This is I told you explicitly. Don't fucking go to Manhattan for a while, and you guys are back there in less than fucking 4 weeks. So what? Walking around with 2 fucking backpacks on. What do you got in the backpack?
Yeah.
Stacks? You got stacks in the fucking backpacks? What are you walking around backpacks in Manhattan for?
Carry all the stuff we bought.
What the fuck are you buying? Can't even fucking believe I'm up here right now.
He said, stocks.
Dad.
Last one. Dad gets mad over me quitting my job.
Oh boy.
Dad.
What?
Can I talk to you?
Yeah, what's up?
Remember a couple weeks ago I told you about me? I wanted to leave Costco.
Dude, don't even fucking start. You wanted to leave Costco? Yeah, we went through this. You're not fucking leaving.
I already.
Dude, don't even fucking tell me.
I got another job.
Don't even
No,
fucking tell me.
I got another
Did
job.
you fucking quit?
Yep.
Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? You fucking quit. After I went there, I spoke to the fucking hiring manager. I went out on a limb and asked him to fucking hire you. I got you the full-time fucking... Dude, I swear to God, don't fucking tell me you quit. This better be a fucking joke. Is this a fucking joke, dude?
I got another job.
I don't give a fuck! Where did you get a job?
I got my old job back.
Bullshit! Dude, you made no money there!
Yes,
That
I
was
did.
the whole fucking reason! Are you fucking kidding me?
I got more hours.
Are you fucking kidding me? There's no fucking way you are quitting! And if you fucking quit...
Dad.
he probably just thought that he was legitimately mad.
Is this all real? Like, he needs to get on some medication.
Oh,
Oof.
I actually have a
Heart
video.
medication.
If you want me to look the one where he dresses, I have these guys telling me I'm on this TikTok. You want me to find that one?
Yeah, I do want to hear that.
Okay, hold up. Let me pause the stream for that one really quick. We'll be right back. We'll be right back after these 0.2-second messages. All right, and we're back. So here we go. Let me show you one more thing for you all. So we couldn't find the raging dad about him being finding out he's a TikTok star. Just don't have the time, and Ryan has to go to sleep, and Jose has to go to the gym at this 11:45 at night. So let's get this one here. Raging dad finding out his house is going on Airbnb.
Next month, right?
Yeah.
What days are you going?
First week in March.
Perfect. All right, can you move?
Perfect.
I gotta take some pictures of the house.
What?
I gotta take some pictures of the house.
What do you mean you gotta take pictures of the house? What are you, a fucking photographer?
Well, I'm gonna get. I mean, pretty much nobody's gonna be home. I might as well rent it.
Why are you what?
I might as well rent it out on Airbnb.
Rent it out?
Get some money while we're.
You ain't fucking renting my house out.
Nobody's gonna be
What is
home.
wrong with you? Where
Nobody's.
do you come up with these fucking crazy ideas?
I'll split the money with you, dude.
I don't want fucking straight rent a fucking what?
An Airbnb.
Fuck! What are you out of your fucking mind? Don't even think about doing shit like
Move.
that while I'm
I
gone.
got pictures of the couch and shit.
Dude, I'm telling you,
So
don't
this
even
is the
fucking
house.
think about fucking doing shit
So
like
this is
that.
the house, guys.
Yeah, my ass. You know what? Anybody fucking comes in this house, they're gonna deal with me.
We're not gonna be home.
When I get back.
We're gonna be gone by the time we get back.
Where do you get these fucking ideas? Go get a fucking job.
This is
Stop
great
trying to
money.
make money off my fucking money. So I
off
buy
your
the house
money.
and you're gonna rent it and
Yeah.
you're gonna make money.
Just move real quick.
Get the fuck out of here with
These
this
are the
bullshit.
cabinets my dad just installed.
Yep.
What?
Yep. Why don't you go show them where the fucking sheets are?
Oh.
Stop trying to make money off my money.
I will get you. I'll get you that clip for Tuesday's show. But great work, Ryan, Jose. Have a great weekend, everybody. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you all very, very soon.
See ya.
See you guys.